In Sight KTR. Quick questions, concrete answers.
Hello and welcome back to our podcast In Sight KTR. Today we are taking a little trip to the United States because we will get to know the American colleagues a bit more. In the future, we will introduce as many as the 24 KTR subsidiaries to you as we can. And today we are starting with the KTR Corporation in the United States. And I have two guests here who are representing the American team today. The first one is Marcelo Marcos, Managing Director at KTR Corporation. Welcome, Marcelo.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
And my second guest is Penny Janowski. She is Customer Service Manager at KTR Corporation and has been with the company for 26 years. Thank you for joining us today, Penny.
Thank you.
So, Marcelo, the first question is for you. You have been General Manager for KTR for almost 20 years now. The last 3 years in the US, but before that in Brazil. Interesting journey. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, so I've started with the company 25 years ago here in the US. I wasn't the general manager at that time. So I spent 8 years here in the US as a marketing manager and also at that time, for a little while, I had the role that Penny has today. In a way, we worked together. And then in 2002, KTR was interested also in expanding to South America. So we made a plan to start the company in Brazil. And we did in 2002, and I was there with the company until the end of 2018. And the company now is managed by a colleague of ours who was engineering intern person when he started with the company. So he's been with the company since 1 year after its inception. So now it's been so from 2003 until today. And since 2019, I have been back to the United States here at KTR Corporation.
Okay. As we said before, there are 24 subsidiaries. Would you still want to work at another one for some time if the possibility came up? And which one would it be, Marcelo?
Yes, that's a very interesting question. I think that working in a different country, it's not an easy task. For me, I don't think it was such a difficult task because I was originally from Brazil, and so I knew a little bit of the culture. I think that handling a subsidiary in a country, I think it's better that the person is from that country at least, or at least has a lot of experience in that. So if I had the opportunity to go to another country, I would have to really think hard about that because I'm not really sure that I would be able to manage a subsidiary in France or maybe in South Africa because I don't know much about those countries. So I would be a little bit shy about that.
Okay. As you know, we try to answer as many questions as possible in up to 20 minutes. And I would like to thank you for all your exciting questions that you have sent us via email to socialmedia@ktr.com. Please continue to do so and follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook or Instagram so you don't miss out on the news on our podcast. The next question we received is for you, Penny. I hear that you have had quite an interesting start as KTR as well, because you have joined KTR in 1995 on your birthday.
Yes.
How did that come about?
It was just luck, I guess. You know, I can celebrate my anniversary here at KTR on the same day that I celebrate my birthday. So it was just, I remember it was a very cold day too when I started, but very long time ago.
What has happened since then? Could you please tell us a short version of your KTR history?
Well, yes. I mean, there's been, when I started here, Jerry Ellens was the president, and we've had 3 other presidents, and with each one, it just gets better. That's why when you asked Marcelo if he was planning on or thinking of going to any other KTR subsidiary, I would say no, he's not. He has to stay here. He's done a phenomenal job. So that's what it is. It's like with every president that we see, it just every time it gets better and better.
Mm-hmm. Today, we would like to get to know KTR Corporation. So Marcelo, could you tell us a bit more about your company? When was it founded? How many people work there, and so on?
Yes, so we've been here since the late 80s. We started very small. When Jerry Ellens, he was the initial or the founding president of the company. And because we are a corporation, we do have to have a president, but it's really a general manager. In any ways, it was a very small company. We had, I think, 4 people when we started. And the idea is to serve the North American market. And we do have a machining shop here, so we do production as well as sales, customer service, obviously, a little bit of engineering design, but most of it is application engineering, where we contact a potential customer and we try to fit the best solution for his mechanical drive.
Of course, we would like to get to know the whole team, but we can't do that so easily today. Please, Penny, could you describe the American KTR team maybe in 3 words? What would you have in mind and why?
They're dedicated, very technically tuned into the product line, and it's just a fantastic group of people. Everybody here, we work with every department here, so every team here is very dedicated, and everybody, it's like a family. We all like to work together.
That sounds nice. So Marcelo, the 3 words for the American KTR team, what are the 3 words for you?
Yes. Yeah, Penny already picked very good ones. So I think that we are unafraid of challenges. And I think that we are motivated. And I think that we are truthful to our customers. And I feel that is very important to keep our focus on our markets, on our customers, because they are the ones that we are here for. And I'm very happy to be here. And I reiterate Penny's, comments about our team, that it's a very nice place to work. And I would not change it if I had to.
Mm-hmm. Penny, the next question is for you as customer service manager. What is it that you like most about your job, and what are the challenges associated with it? Sorry.
What I like most is just talking to the customers. Some of them, have been with us as long as I've been here. So it's a challenge on that would just be, like everybody observes, is just when there's product lines that that certain things that we run out of stock on, and their demands, but as long as you can work through with the customers and get them what they need, it all works out. But right now our customers are just so understanding and phenomenal that even through difficult times, they're very understanding. So
what would you say, what are the American customers, what are they like?
What are they like? They're also dedicated. Some of the people that we talk to like I said, we've been working with for many, many years. So, and then of course the KTR Germany also has them as customers too. So we feel again like it's one cohesive group. So as long as, you know, they keep coming back, then we're doing a great job.
Marcelo, I heard about the UL listing and that you are listed under the UL listing. Could you please explain to us what does that mean? Why is that special?
Yes, that's very interesting. Our team a few years ago, the general manager before me, he had a very good idea of looking for the market for fire pumps. So under some laws and insurance regulations, when a pump manufacturer sells a fire pump, they have to be listed under the Underwriter Laboratories, which is the UL, and this allows them to sell a system that the end user will be able to insure. So it's basically for insurances purposes. And so we had to do a lot of testing with our coupling. We had to hire external auditors and companies that actually tested our couplings in several hard, aggressive environments. And we have our engineering manager, Chris Scholes. He was the leader on this whole project. So it took him and our team a long time to get this tested. And then once the testing was all finished, this was all presented to the UL team. And then they approved our coupling to be used when a fire pump system is put together by any fire pump manufacturer. So this gave us a very good presence in the market because there aren't too many companies that have this listing. If I'm not mistaken, in the US, we only have one other company that has this listing on couplings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the other thing is the coupling needs to be produced in the US. The listing is our process. UL knows that the coupling was designed in Germany, but the listing is under our process. So if a colleague in China needs a UL coupling, he has to then give us an order here in the US. We will ship it to them, a finished coupling with the listing marked on it.
Mm-hmm. Penny, what are the next things on your bucket list and what do you want to achieve next with KTR, or maybe also personally, if you would like to share that with us?
Well, that's a good question. On my bucket list for KTR is to just have a full staff in all departments, have everybody just working here as, again, one big happy family, which we are. Personally at home, just spend time with my grandchildren, as much time as family as I can. So.
Mm-hmm. And Marcelo, what is it for you? Next things on your bucket list with KTR or personally?
Yes. Yes, for KTR, I think that we still have many projects that we want to achieve in all departments. We are trying to, as much as we can, to become all the time a little bit better in what we do. So there are many projects that we still want to implement in the next few years. I hope, my wish is that I can be with the team for a few more years until I am ready to retire, and that we can implement most of these projects, and to find somebody that can also replace me and be the next leader and mentor for the younger people that we are hiring.
Mm-hmm. So now we are approaching the 20-minute mark, but we can still manage one more question. And that is a little less serious and for both of you. And it is, if you won the lottery tomorrow, would you still work at KTR or what would you do, Marcelo?
Yes, I think I would, because my wife wouldn't want me at home all day, and just because I do too many things and I drive her a little bit insane at times. I probably would work a little bit less. I would try to make an arrangement with Miss Rheine in Germany that maybe I could work 4 hours or 6 hours instead of 8 or 9 hours. And but I still think I would like to achieve what I have set up myself to do.
It's interesting to hear that. Penny, what about you?
And yes, that's interesting because that is something that I have thought about, believe it or not. And my husband and I have talked about it. So I would continue to work here because he's at home and retired now. So he would drive me insane and I would have to keep working at KTR. So I would continue. But like Marcelo said, maybe not 8 hours, but definitely would be dedicated enough to stay here.
So I want to thank you very much, Penny and Marcelo, for joining me today and introducing the American KTR team. And of course, many thanks to you out there for watching and listening to Inside KTR, our podcast and our video cast. And I hope to see and to hear you again next time. All the best and take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.